Hey, thanks for tuning in to Steve Horvath Fishing. Got one for you. And it's kind of a different thing, okay? Texas rig. Everybody loves fishing a Texas rig. But there are variations of it. I want to show you one, and it's one that most people don't use. Now, it's nothing that you need special equipment for, except maybe the sinker, but there's other ways to do it. But let's get right to it, okay? If you're fishing, and this works in both sparse and dense cover, and I'll give you an example of both. So you're going to go and you're going to flip a craw. It could be either one with legs that, really work, or legs that don't, into a treetop or flooded vegetation. Now, what's the easiest way to get that through? Some people say, well, you use a great big heavy sinker. But what if I told you can use a little bit lighter sinker, hook up more fish more efficiently, and get into those areas easier? Now, let's think about this for a second. If you're going to take, let me grab a big old sinker, okay, and you're going to sit it on top of this bait. Okay, so you got the sinker and the bait. That's going to plop through kind of like this, flatten itself out, and then punch it through. Okay, you're going to say, but Steve, I throw it way up in the air. Okay, so you're going to throw it way up in the air, and it's either going to land on its side or hopefully like this to help drag it through. But I can make it do that every time. Saves you time, makes you more efficient. How do you do that? Well, let's start out by rigging our craw. We're going to grab a hook. Let's see. I'll grab a straight shank hook, because we're in a straight shank world now. Okay? Straight shank flipping hook. And I'm going to rig it What am I doing? I'm rigging my craw. I'm doing it wrong? No, I'm not doing it wrong. So, we got the hook in our craw. Backwards. Then we're going to take a screw-in worm weight, and we're going to screw it into the tail of our bait. Now, virtually every time we cast, the weight is going to hit first, and it's going to pull the rest of the package in through the brush or the vegetation. Pretty cool, huh? I gotta tell you, it works fantastic. You hook up a lot of fish, because a lot of times when this hits and goes down to the bottom, they're going to suck the bait in by the claws. So they're getting this whole thing in their mouth, which is great. So, what about this whole sparse stuff? Well, if you take this same basic rig, okay, and now we're going to rig it on a Z craw, just so, a Z craw, speed craw. That didn't taste very good. It's a little on the salty side though, which is probably good for the bass. Okay, so again, I'm going to take it. We're going to Texas rig it backwards. The hook in there, okay? Number one, you're going to notice that you got a pretty tight little package there. It's going to be hard for the fish not to get it in their mouth. Now, we're going to take and screw in a little bitty tiny slip sinker, 1/8 of an ounce. So what'll happen is when you pull up on this, it's actually going to have a gliding action backwards. It's not going to go 2-3 feet, but it's going to go 6 inches, okay? It's going to glide back toward the fish. And fish don't like that. They tend to strike out of aggression when something does that. Strike out aggression. I like that. I think that'd catch a fish or two. So, next time you're going to rig up a craw, maybe fish some dense vegetation, give this a shot. It works. Hey, for Steve Horvath Fishing, I'm Steve.